smallest of the two pieces up on the CNC. I'm just noticing that there is a bit of a twist here going on this board, and God, that's almost like a ½ inch right there. Well, we have some work to do to figure out flattening these boards. You can see here, here, and here, the board is touching the bed, but not here. So what that means is we have a long twist running down this side of the board right there, on top of having a cup that runs the length of the board as well. So my friend reached out and brought in these two large boards of walnut and asked if I could build a table for him. Of course I said yes. Before the first round of milling starts, I'll begin filling the large voids with epoxy, and I'll do this throughout the project. In part of the planning, I created a little rendering there of the edge profile I was thinking would look nice. And then started planning how I was going to flatten these boards. You can see I'm humming and hawing to myself here about how difficult it can be to mill a long and wide board like this, because if I was able to cut it into planks, I'd be able to save on the amount of material that I'm able to take off. And the client, my friend, wants the table to be as thick as possible, and the planks are already coming in at just over 2 inches, and they want to keep it close to that. So you can see planing on a CNC is not much different than on a planer. You prop up one side there where it's not touching. That should work. All right, it's going to take several sessions of planing and surfacing here to get these boards flat. Here I'm using a hogging bit. This thing can eat through a ½ inch material at pretty good feed rates. So I was swapping back and forth between a surfacing bit and a hogging bit to see if I could remove things faster on my little machine. This is showing the lines of how I have to tile the planing sessions on the smaller CNC. And there's a low spot we're going to fill. You'll see later. We'll come back and fill that with epoxy. And when we're done, here's both boards flat. You'll be able to see that after all those sessions of milling, we were able to get that twist down to just that. You can see there. It's pretty good and flat. And we'll have a nice glue up line there. So good job. Now, I lost all the footage I had of the glue up process there, but you can see everything in clamps. And definitely there was some cursing going on. And here, after the glue up, I'm just doing filling some more epoxy. And you saw I mentioned earlier about that low spot. So we're going to fill that in, and we'll plane a little bit more now that we're after glue up. You can see the two slabs there. We're at 4 feet, and there's a nice flat glue up there. Here we're just testing for flatness in the last pass of surfacing. For the hardware, we have C channel. You can see I'm starting to mill out the pockets there on the CNC for the C channel. I like using this Bidwell C channel. Now I've used it a bunch, so I have already the tool path for the C channel itself, and then also the threaded inserts there. I like that fit and finish. That even though the machine is doing part of it there, I'm gonna come back behind it there and sand down those hard edges. And I just want the table to if you ever take it apart or reach underneath it, that feels great. Here, I'm going ahead and just putting some Rubio monocoat underneath where the C-channel will go. I want that to cure for a few days before I install the C-channel, and I want get the C-channel in before I start the finish. I don't want to leave one side finished and the other side open to air for too long. So here I'm putting the threaded inserts for the C-channel while the CNC goes on and does the rest of the pockets for the legs. And now that the leg pockets are cut out, I'm just testing the fit there. These legs were done by a local steel shop. Did a great job. They look great and they're super solid. They got that nice V platform that comes up to the middle there and fastens to the table, so you won't get any sagging going on this big 10-foot heavy slab. If you remember earlier in the video, I showed the edge profile that I was recommending there, and so here I am working on that. I'm using my track saw to cut away an angle and then coming back over it with that's a 1/4 inch round over, so it creates a nice interesting profile. And then I'm just following up there, taking out the machine lines, machine marks with the sander. I think it provides kind of a pretty nice modern look to the table. With the table together there, it gets a little unwieldy for moving around the shop. So here I'm using a bit of science with my table harness to flip the table over. Willow wants to help. Here she is congratulating me for not crushing myself. Anyway, this is how I shuttle these things around the shop by my lonesome. And we're ready to start working on the bottom. I'm going to start the standard kind of pattern for sanding. I usually go crisscross and then I'll come back and do sort of a random thing just to make sure I'm not leaving track marks. And I do water pop. I don't think I showed it in any of these shots, but I will water pop usually between every grit, especially like the last 2 or 3 grits that I'm working up to. And for the bottom, I'm gonna, put at least 1 coat of Rubio monocoat on it. I've got the automotive buffer out there and a white Scotch Brite. I think that's about 1,000 grit, they say that Scotch Brite pad is at. So it does a good job creating a nice smooth finish. And then I'll spend a good amount of time making sure after about 10 minutes, I'll come back and buff off on any excess Rubio. And I really take my time to make sure there's just no streaks left. On the top, I'm going to start with the Rotex for the first couple of grits. It's usually what I reach for to take off as fast as possible. And here I'm one-shotting as I switch to the finishing sander. And we'll go from, we'll start at 60, 80, and then 120, 150, and finish at 180 on the top. Here, I think we're on the second coat. I usually do 2 or 3 coats of Rubio monocoat. And the automotive buffer there is making short order of it. Okay, well, here's the finished top, and I think it came out pretty nice. I don't know. You can let me know in the comments, I suppose. I think Willow will inspect the bottom while we check out the top here. You can see a little bit of the book matching there, right there. If you have any questions about any of the products we use or the tools or how we did things, feel free to leave comments below. Hopefully you enjoyed this little build video, and appreciate you watching. Thanks.